Okay guys, welcome to Dr. Lou's Low Carb Diets, and I'm Dr. Lou. Now today we're touching on a topic that a lot of people on keto are curious about. They hear it all the time. They're saying, okay, I hear it, but what is it to do with my diet? What is it to do with keto? It gets being mentioned time and time again. What is that? Well, insulin. So people hear insulin, and most people only relate insulin with diabetes, when really you should understand insulin for everything in your diet. Now, okay, guys, so basically, yes, on this diet, we are going to be referring to insulin a lot. So let's have a look now. So that's the idea of how insulin works. So when you have more sugar in the blood, more insulin comes out. Yes, lots of sugar, insulin comes up. Okay, and insulin's a hormone, and so that will circulate around your body. And what it will do, it will tell your cells, take me up. Yeah. So all it does is literally saying, take this sugar or glucose out of my blood and use it for energy and store it. So they will take it out. Now, I've got some diagrams here I've produced, and we are going to go on and we're going to discuss what happens on a normal diet with insulin and what happens on a keto diet with insulin. And then you'll see to understand why we say don't increase the insulin on a keto diet. Okay, guys, so here we go. You can see now this picture here, and what it is basically a kind of map of how insulin works on a normal diet. Now, when I say a normal diet, obviously I mean an abnormal one that humans have become adapted to because of the abundance of sugars and starches. So when we have a look here, you can see insulin is high on a normal carb and fat diet, with other obviously macros as well. When we say macros, we mean macromolecules, meaning obviously proteins, sugars, carbohydrates, and nucleic acids. Now, with these macromolecules in mind, we understand that yes, a lot of things have a lot of processes, and we're removing carbohydrates. Should that be a big issue? Not really, because we all know that carbohydrates are CHO as well as fat being CHO. There's just a slight difference in structure. So they're the main ingredients. So that means if we have one, we should be able to convert to make the other. And that's true for carbohydrates turning into fat as well. So we understand this process. And so looking at this diagram here, you can see a normal fatty carby diet. Okay, so we usually eat a lot of fat and carbs on the diet. So you can see here, you have a lovely plate or a lovely board of fried chicken, rice, cheese, oils, French fries, or chips, as we like to call them in the UK. Chips, believe it or not, are just like biscuits. When we say biscuit, a cookie is a type of biscuit. And believe it or not, when it comes to French fries, they're a type of chip. So we could say chips, and a French fry is a type of shape of chip. Now, anyway, burgers. Look at that lovely burger and French fries. Oof, well, just thinking about it makes me shiver because I'm on the keto diet as well. So as we speak, I'm doing the keto diet, and I'm doing it on purpose so you can visualize and see the change over a few months. Now, when it comes down to this carbs here, you can see lots of carbs and fat. So now we're not on a keto diet. So you see all these carbs are coming in and they're absorbed and they're turned into glucose. Usually this occurs in the intestines. So they come in, and what happens is because you've got all this glucose going into your blood, obviously your blood sugar spikes, okay? And as you're hitting all this glucose, yes, and it's hitting quickly, and if you drink a glucose drink, it'll hit even quicker, then you'll understand that you are literally spiking your blood sugar and your body is having an alarm go off. So your body is in reaction alarm mode. It's reacting to a huge amount of glucose. So it says quickly release loads of insulin. And so it massively pumps out insulin and it goes around your body, telling your cells, oh, come on, take up all this glucose from the blood. We don't want to have any problem or with too much sugar in the blood. So that's what happens. And then you can see here, So you see here, liver stores fat. So what happens is that if you have any fat coming in, it goes straight to your liver and on your body in adipose tissue. You have your fat cells being filled up. Now, so your body puts all that fat, yes, into your body because there's no need for it. It's sitting there going, why do I need to burn fat? I don't need to. I've got loads of sugar. Yes, I've got loads of carbohydrates. We've got no problems. I'll put the fat aside for a rainy day. Now, then what happens is the glucose is going around your blood in your body, and then it's all being taken out bit by bit by the cells. And as it comes back down and your muscles are taking some and it's all being distributed, what happens is that it goes down and back to normal, but it actually crashes usually lower than normal and then comes up a little bit. And that's why you get tired. That's why you feel sleepy after eating a lot of sugar. You get excitable, then you come right down, crashing down where you feel tired, lethargic. That's why. Now, what we can see here is we can see that you've got a high blood sugar, constant hunger, and easy weight gain. Think about it. So fat isn't bad at all. But what's happening is because we have so many foods that have loads and really high amount of carbohydrates, the fat is just saying, oh, we'll put it aside. So let me give you an idea. Say if you go shopping and then you start eating some of your fresh food, but you've got some frozen food and you've got some tin food. You sit there and you go, oh, I didn't finish the tin food. I didn't finish my frozen food. But I'll leave that because I might need it and need it for a long period of time. I'm going to get more fresh food today. It's the same idea. You keep going, get the nice quick energy, the really easy one to use. We want that. So you do that. And then you put all that fat or cans on frozen in your shelves. Exactly what your body does with adipose tissue. So that's exactly what you are. A cell which has loads of fat in it and water. And that's now, that is on a normal diet with insulin. Now, let's have a look at what happens when we go on a keto diet with just fat as the main energy. Insulin is very low. So because insulin is very low, that triggers the liver to produce ketones. So what happens is that your body goes, whoa, whoa, whoa. Why is insulin so low? It's so low. Then there can't be any sugar, meaning we don't have energy. Meaning, quickly, guys, go to the reserves or go and get the fat out of the blood. So what happens is all these things are then breaking down back, taking the fat out of your cells, delivering it to your liver to be turned into ketones. And then we have an energy source that can be sent into your blood and around the body just as if it was glucose before, as a ketone. And that is then absorbed instead and broken down into energy in your cells instead of glucose. There you go, guys. That's how easy and that's how simple it is. So why people keep talking about try not to eat certain ingredients that spike your blood sugar. This is why. You are either eating, for example, if you keep saying, I can't lose weight, but I'm not eating any sugar. It could be this. It could be lack of sleep combining with snacking too much. That hired your insulin, thus telling your body not to change fat into ketones. So that's what could happen. So that's why we always say, okay, make sure you get enough sleep, make sure you don't snack all the time. Snacking shouldn't be happening anyway if you're on a keto diet, because ketogenic diet will basically keep your hunger satiated with fat and protein. So if you're coming out of your diet or you ate something bad, because you might get hunger pangs, and that's telling you something happened has pushed me closer to coming out of the diet, or your blood sugar spikes. You want carbs. Now, so I hope that explained it all, openly why we talk about insulin and why we say don't spike your insulin. Because even if you don't have that much sugar, but you have some type of chemical that spikes insulin, you are slowing or hindering your ketone production. Because when you have that hormone, insulin, signaling, there's loads of glucose, your body will not say to your liver, quick, loads of ketones, please. So that's the main reason why we talk about insulin so much as well. So, okay, guys, so that's really simple and straightforward now. I hope that explains everything. If you have any questions, please pop them down there in the comments. Yep. And give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks a lot.